Greetings and welcome to Student Exposure, where we highlight student-produced projects created by participants in DCTV's training program. I'm your host, Karen Curry, and thank you for joining us. In today's episode of Student Exposure, we'll explore family fun activities and locations right here in our community. First, we'll start with adventures at O Street Mansion. Then we'll explore the Chuck Brown Memorial Park. And in our last segment, we'll see what's rockin' in Rock Creek Park. This is Student Exposure Family Fun in DC. From our studios in the historic Brooks Mansion, located in Northeast Washington, DC, this is Student Exposure. Thanks again for joining us for Student Exposure Family Fun DC. There are quite a few family-friendly hidden treasures in DC, tucked away in plain sight. In this segment, we'll take a closer look at the O Street Mansion, located in the DuPont Circle area. President Ted Spiro offers insights on its history, hidden rooms, and philosophy.
The mansion on O Street was actually created on Valentine's Day in 1980. H.H. Leonards, who's the founder, came to D.C. from Indiana, and she was very patriotic and thought she'd find all these patriotic people here in the city. Instead, she found that they were more interested, in the great American values: power, money, greed. And she thought that they may have had an agenda when they first arrived, but it may have changed whether they knew it or not. So she wanted to create a space of music and art and creativity and change where you walk into the house, forget about that routine that you're stuck in, and hopefully something inspires you in some positive way, and it reminds you why you came to the city to begin with. So when you go back out into your life, you're affected in that way, and you remember maybe, things that you've long forgotten about yourself. So the nature of the mansion on O Street is this. Everybody has their own routine that you create in your life, and you get used to that routine, but life changes every day. So the concept is you walk into the mansion, step out of your comfort zone, and explore the possibilities. With everything in the house, something has to inspire in some positive way. So within these walls, there's over 100 rooms, over 60 secret doors, and it's filled with memorabilia and artifacts and anything that you must find that would inspire you. Most everything here is donated to us. People that come visit us donate things to us. It could be an entire estate, it could be one item. We've had some pretty famous people that come here and they donate things like guitars to us or things that are very dear to them. Within the mansion, there are over 100 rooms. There are 23 themed guest rooms, which include a 2-story log cabin, a garden room, a safari room, a country room, a Rosa Parks room, she used to stay here with us, a John Lennon room. So they're all themed. So as you walk through the house, you're walking through these different themes in wonderment. When you walk through the doors of the mansion on O Street, we are a number of things here. One of them is a private club where you can have events. Another one is a lodging, so you can stay here if you want to stay overnight and stay in this magical place. And the other is a museum. In typical museums, you walk around, you look at the art, and it's about the artist and what they've created. Here, as you walk around, you are the person. It's all about you. We do events here just about every day. Dinners, weddings, parties, corporate retreats, concerts. And oftentimes people come back and revisit the house. And of course, every time you walk in here, it looks completely different. I always thought it was the best first date place, because you have nothing to talk about. You walk around the house, now you have all these things to talk about. And if you don't feel, really good about the other person, just hide behind a secret door, and that's the end of it.
What an interesting segment. Here in the studio is DCTV student producer Kevin Coleman. Welcome to Student Exposure, Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And again, that was truly interesting and quite intriguing, actually. Tell us, why is it that you think the O Street Mansion is one of the lesser-known family-friendly landmarks in D.C.?
We felt that actually the O Street Mansion was a lesser-known landmark because D.C., you actually have to enjoy D.C. neighborhood by neighborhood. And quite often, this is in the DuPont Circle neighborhood. So you're at all with so much that you see in the neighborhood that this is something that you can find within the block between 21st and 22nd Street in Northwest D.C.
Okay, wonderful. So people see the area, but they don't always see what's in the area.
Correct.
So, okay, one of those hidden right in plain sight. So Ted provided quite a bit of insight into the mansion. And so tell us, what do you think someone would gain from going there personally? What would they see themselves?
Wow, I feel personally that you're going to walk away really being surprised, you're going to walk away really being intrigued, and you're going to walk away with something. As you're able to see so many things within this mansion, it's like a huge museum, but it's also a place where you can lodge. It's like a hotel, but you actually can purchase something in the mansion, and you can walk away with that. So at home, when you have something to tell unique about your visit, you also have something to display.
Absolutely wonderful. So not only do you walk away with something inspiring, if you see something you like, you can really walk away with it.
Yes.
All right, as
Yes,
long as you
for-
buy it.
yes,
that's
that's
right,
right.
for a
Yeah,
price.
for a
All
price.
right, of course, of
Yeah.
course. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us today. We really enjoyed that segment.
You're welcome.
The O Street Mansion is all about the visitor. Its eccentric rooms, artwork, and rare collectibles are a great place where families can tour, lodge, and plan events. For more information, go to www.omansion.com. Next on Student Exposure, we'll take a trip to the Chuck Brown Memorial Park. We'll be back.
Oh!
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, is often defined by its monuments and buildings, museums, and performing arts venues. Yet there are other attractions often untraversed by visitors and residents alike. Join us as we explore one of D.C.'s best-kept secrets, known as the Chuck Brown Memorial Park.
My name is Michael Marshall. My firm, Marshall Moya Design, were the architects who designed the Chuck Brown Memorial Park, located here in Langdon Park. I actually grew up 2 blocks from this site. As a kid, we used to play in Langdon Park a long time ago in the early 60s to mid 60s. And so I knew the evolution of the park. When I played here, we would come here for picnics, Memorial Day, Labor Day, and it was the green space for this part of the city. So having this memorial here for me personally was really an honor. We won a design competition to be the architects for this project. We put a lot of effort into it, and it showed. And we made negotiations with the neighborhood to get the park, to get the Chuck Brown Memorial here. And now it's a real cultural attribute to this neighborhood and to the city. Our role as architect was to come up with a concept that would express Chuck Brown's legacy, his output and his performances, and just what he has done for the nation's capital as far as culture and music and aesthetics are concerned. Chuck Brown's significance to Washington, D.C. is that he developed a genre of music, go-go music, that started here, originated here in D.C. It's music that you will hear all over the world. So it was great that he came up with a style of music that had such an original sound and such an iconic way of using rhythmic music that it's all about D.C. I know firsthand this is a great place, again, because I grew up here, and some of the same events still happen here. People playing horseshoes. That was something I grew up with. My folks were from the South, and we played horseshoes. There are barbecue pits. You also now have, just across the street, the Recreation Center, and further down the Aquatics Center. So this is a nice long stretch of urban park in the heart of the city, and I think it's great to bring families here. And hopefully when there are different events that will happen, that will be fantastic when people come out, when the Tourmobile is out there and they've set up and people are playing music, and not just go-go music, but all sorts of music that is original to DC and the type of things that people like to hear. So we've made this venue that belongs to the city. It's made by the city paid for it, it belongs to the neighborhood, and so we're happy when everybody comes out and uses it. It's just great for families. The Wind Me Up sculpture is very interesting. Again, it's an interactive sculpture that has LED lighting. It is almost sort of a cubist sort of construction of Chuck Brown actually performing. So they're images that are basically adhered to the sheets of steel, and it provides a sense of motion. You know, his performances were always kinetic. And then the call and response of it. So he's actually calling out to the park, to the people in the park. So his legacy lives on. We get a glimpse of what it was like to see one of his concerts. And that's, again, a great part of the park. It's right at the entry, and kids can go and play, and you can step on the different parts, and the lights move and change. And there's also information there about his life also. So again, it's educational. It's also physical. The kids get to move around and jump around on it. And it's a piece of art. And it's in the right place on the street and across the street from Recreation Center. So it's a real marker for this portion of the park.
What an incredible tribute to an incredible DC legend. Joining us to discuss this segment is DCTV student producer Devin Wheeler.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, welcome. We're so glad to have you. Now, that park is very special, as Chuck Brown is so special to the city. But what is it that makes it special and separates this park from others? What are some of the special features?
Well, I had the luxury of interviewing Michael Marshall for this project. And one of the things that it sets this park apart is that it's a neighborhood park. Wonderful. It's designed by Michael Marshall, who grew up in that park, who grew up in that neighborhood. And this park represents a DC legend. So I would say, number one, it's by the city, it's made from the city, and it's definitely a community-oriented space.
It's just beautiful, the landscaping, architecture, and all of that. There's so many things to see and do. And when you were there, what did you observe families doing to enjoy the park?
Yes, you should be surprised. The Wind Me Up Chuck sculpture is obviously the highlight of that space.
Oh, yes.
So there's so many people that stop in their cars and taking pictures, but it's also educational and definitely interactive, meaning that they can go to the tennis courts, the barbecue pits, there's several different playgrounds, and not to mention the instruments in the amphitheater that you can interact with. So it's definitely a good part to go to.
Wonderful, wonderful. Sounds like there's lots to see and do, very interactive, and you can relax and enjoy yourself. What a great, great place to visit. Devin, thank you so much for sharing this segment with our Student Exposure audience. We really appreciated that. From hand drums to horseshoes, playgrounds to performances, there's something for everyone at the Chuck Brown Memorial Park, located at 2901 20th Street Northeast in Langdon Park. For more information, go online to www.dpr.dc.gov. Coming up next, we'll take a look at what's rockin' in Rock Creek Park. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Welcome back to Student Exposure. Rock Creek Park has an abundant amount of recreational and educational activities to offer, especially the Nature Center and the Horse Center. Let's take a look.
Rock Creek Park has a pretty unique history. This is actually the oldest urban national park in the country. It predates the National Park Service itself by 25 years. Rock Creek Park is a fantastic place for everyone, particularly families. We have so much to offer here. For one thing, we're right in the middle of DC. We're in the heart of the District of Columbia, the nation's capital, and this park is huge. I mean, the main center of the park is about 2,000 acres, but we also have other parks throughout the district that we help manage. So we have a lot of the smaller pocket parks that you'll see. Georgetown Waterfront Park, for example, is managed by Rock Creek Park, and a lot of people go there and play in the fountain and stroll along the waterfront. And here in the center of Rock Creek Park, it's a great place to come if you want to go hiking, if you want to learn about birds or other wildlife that live in DC, including foxes and things like that. And you can also picnic, you can ride horses here. We have a golf course where you can play golf. We have a tennis court where you can play tennis. And there's all kinds of opportunities to really explore the park and learn about nature and history right here in the district. So it's a wonderful place to bring your family, whether you want to play or learn about all the incredible things around us.
I would say the most unique aspect of Rock Creek Park is that it is an urban oasis. It's kind of a sanctuary, if you will, right in the middle of DC, a concrete jungle, you could say. So it's a great contrast to another part of DC. So the best time to come to Rock Creek Park, you could come here any season because we have such an abundant opportunity of things to do. We have the only planetarium of all the parks across the country. We have hiker-biker trails. We have Pokey is our most cherished creature that we have. He's an eastern box turtle. The kids love to come in and see him. We have some other water turtles, we have some fish, and we have 2 snakes.
So we have programs here at the Nature Center in the park. We also work directly with a lot of local schools and nonprofits to help encourage science and environmental education throughout the community. In 2015, in honor of the 125th anniversary of Rock Creek Park, we launched our brand new stewardship program called SOLVE, Sustaining Our Lands with Volunteer Energy. And through this program, anyone in the community can sign up to help take care of a part of Rock Creek Park. You can go to our horse center here in the heart of Rock Creek Park, which is just across from our nature center where I'm at now, and you can take riding lessons, or you can go on a trail ride through this park right in the middle of the city and see the park a whole new way from horseback.
The horse center is a very interesting way for a person who lives in the city either to grow up or to grow as an adult. And it's very, very special to be a city person and to kind of be a farm person as well, and to be able to have that hybrid experience. It's lovely, it's really great, and I just encourage anybody to come on out here. It's a nice place. We offer group lessons that run on a term basis. We do private lessons. Over the summer, we do a lot of summer camps, and that's anywhere from kids age 5 and a half all the way up to we do adult camps in the evenings. We have a small therapeutic riding staff, and they manage to pull off really big things. In particular, one thing that comes to mind is they have partnered up with the United States Park Police, and they volunteer to bring wounded warriors here through Walter Reed. And what happens when they meet up with these really large animals is It's really incredible, and when they call it therapeutic riding, it's for a reason. It's very special, and it gives them an opportunity to bond. It helps that it's fun, and we've just seen some really amazing things come out of those relationships. The most unique thing about the Horse Center is that we are here. We're like a secret. Nobody knows. We're right in the middle of the city, and when you look around, I mean, we could be anywhere. We could be in the countryside. It's so beautiful and quiet, and everybody who stumbles on us, they just get a big smile, and they go, this is amazing. Trails are cool. We make them so that anybody can come. They're geared towards beginners. The big thing to know about the trails is that they're very popular. We love having visitors. We get everybody from like families that want to come and see the horses to gardeners that want to come and take our manure, which we also love. It's very, very earth friendly. So everybody's welcome to come. We ask that they just take a look at the rules so that they're safe around the horses and come on by.
Who knew that Rock Creek Park was the oldest park in the city? Joining us in the studio to talk more about rockin' in Rock Creek Park is student producer Darcy Tharp. Welcome to Student Exposure, Darcy.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Thank you. It's so good to have you. We enjoyed that segment so much, learning about this historic treasure with all of the unique features of the park. Tell me, in your opinion, what do you think is the most unique feature of Rock Creek Park?
Well, I think the most unique feature of Rock Creek Park is that it's not just a park. It is a natural oasis in one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world. And the park is massive. It spans from the north of DC all the way down to Georgetown.
Wow.
And there are so many different areas where you can go to feel different and do many different activities. And it's a fantastic place to go as an individual or with your family and just really get in touch with nature. And you don't even have to leave the city to do so.
Wonderful, wonderful. Another hidden treasure right here for us to just enjoy with family-friendly activities. We saw a little bit about some therapeutic riding with the horses. Tell us more about that.
Sure. Well, a lot of people may not be aware that the Horse Center actually offers a lot more than just trail riding or group lessons, and that it offers this therapeutic riding. And it's really an opportunity for people with disabilities to be able to not only get on a horse and ride, but also get some great therapy as well, because a horse gait is similar to a human's gait. And so it actually improves their muscular strength and their flexibility.
Wow.
And so it's just kind of great for people to know that that's also something that the Horse Center offers.
Excellent, excellent. I had no idea. So what a wonderful feature for families to consider. Thank you so much. We just appreciate the segment and all that you've brought to life about a park that we may be familiar with, but really didn't know all about it. Thank you so much for joining us on Student Exposure today. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. Although Rock Creek Park is in the middle of a bustling city, it is a hidden gem that offers an escape where you can find peace and tranquility. To visit the park and for more information, please visit www.nps.gov/Rock Creek Park.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Well, this concludes another episode of Student Exposure, a student production of DCTV. I'm your host, Karen Curry, and thank you for joining us for today's episode, Family Fun in DC. We hope these stories were informative, inspiring, and helpful to you. For more information on programming or training opportunities at DCTV, visit our website at dctv.org. Also, follow us on Twitter and Facebook to stay connected with DCTV events and projects. See you next time.